Hi, welcome to Scholarhead YouTube channel. In today's video, you are going to learn about what are the different types of SQL keys we have. So usually people having the confusion among these different types of keys. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about in detail what is super key, candidate key, primary key, alternate key, composite key, unique key and foreign key. You will have a detailed explanation about all these different types of keys, how you can create at your database tables level and how to identify them. If you're coming to the channel first time, I request you to please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon so that you will not miss any update about such videos. So let's start with the video. SQL keys. Now let's understand what are the various SQL keys are available at the database table level. So when you talk about the SQL keys, so these can be categorized as super key, candidate key, primary key, alternate key, composite key, unique key and foreign key. Now let's understand all these key with the help of example. So when you talk about the super key, so super key is a set of more than one keys that can be used to identify a record uniquely in a database table. So whenever you are willing to identify a record uniquely in a database table, so there can be more than one keys. So super key is actually combining those, or you can say the primary key, unique key and alternate keys. So these are the part of the super keys here. So this can be understood with the help of the example. So if you know, we already created a student table, but we have not created so far department table, but you can see there are two tables here, student table and department table. So if you will look at, we are having here primary key, alternate keys and the unique key. So these are combining to make a super key. Now let's understand the candidate key. So candidate key is a set of one or more fields or column that can be used to identify a record uniquely. It is just like we are having an election. In the election we are having multiple candidates who are going to represent that particular area. Similar way here, when we talk about this student table, ID, roll number and enrollment number. So these are actually unique number that can be used to identify any record in this student table uniquely. So these are the possible candidates, just like we are having the candidates in the election. Now the thing is, among these possible candidates, you have to select one only to represent that area. Similar way here, we have selected, let's say, ID. So now ID would be the primary key because this is the selected candidate. We decided this will be the main candidate. So this is the primary key. So now whatever the others columns we are having, now those will known as alternate keys. So now you can see the roll number and the enrollment number. Now these are the alternate keys. These become the alternate option now. So from the possible candidates key, we select one key as primary key. And when you select one of the column as a primary key, so others will become automatically alternate keys. So when you're talking about the primary key, so primary key is a set of one or more fields to identify a record uniquely in the database. So primary can be a single field, it can be a set of fields, because sometimes it happens like two columns are combining together to create a composite primary key. So when there are more than two columns, then it would be the composite primary key. Alternate key I already explained to you. So when from the possible candidates key, one column you have selected as a primary key, so others will become as a alternate keys. It means the keys which can work as a primary key if it is needed, known as the alternate keys. The next one is a composite key. I already explained to you the composite keys when we are combining more than one columns to uniquely identify a record in a database table, then that is known as composite key. Some composite key is helpful to create the primary key. So let's say you can create a composite key using the name and the contact number also, because usually a person having a unique number. but the person name can be same, because two person can have the same name, but two person cannot have the same contact number. So the name and the contact number you can use to make a composite primary key. Then we are having here a unique key. So unique key is again a set of one or more fields in a database table that is used to identify a record uniquely. So it is just like a primary key, but it can accept the one null value. There is a difference here between primary key and the unique key. So primary key cannot accept the null value, but unique key can accept one null value, only one. So unique key just behave just like a primary key, or it can be the primary key if it is required, because it's the part of the alternate keys. So if we look at in this student table, enrollment number I'm just using as a unique key. So because it is a possible candidates key, so from the possible candidates key we have made the enrollment number as a unique key. Similar with the roll number also you can make the unique key. So from the possible candidates key you can choose the primary key, you can choose the unique key here. Then last one is here foreign key. So foreign key is a field or column that is actually mapped to a primary key column of the another table. If you will look at in this student table, we are having here department ID. So this department ID actually we are also creating the department table where department ID is unique, because a student will belongs to a particular department. Let's say IT department, CS department, ME department. So here more than one student can be the part of a single department. So you can see here Deepak and Neeraj, these two students are the part of department ID 1, or you can say IT department. And then you can see here Raju is the part of the CS department and Hari is the part of ME department. Foreign key is actually to create the relationship between two tables. So department ID is a foreign key in the student table, but the department ID is a primary key in the department table. So these columns names are not mandatory to have same. This name can be anything. It is not mandatory, but its data type must match with the data type of the department ID column of the department table. And make sure department ID is a primary key in the department table. So it is not mandatory like department ID name in the student table must match with the name in the department table. So name can be different, but the department ID data type should match with the department ID data type of the department table. So this is the rule you should follow here when you are creating the foreign key. So this diagram is explaining all the types of keys here clearly. Just understand this diagram to see it. So if you will look at closely, mainly we are having primary key, we are having a unique key, and we are having foreign key. Others name are just the logical name if you will look at closely. So mainly we are having primary key, unique key and the foreign key. Others are the just logical name to understand the things. Let's see how we can create all these equal keys here. So mainly I said there are three keys: primary key, foreign key and the unique key. So we already created here a database table. So here using the GUI also we can define all the keys. So let me do right click here to make a primary key. If I want to make a unique key, so I can use a, let's say, roll number. So to define the unique key here, let's say I'm willing to create the roll number as a unique key. Just do right click, then there is option here, indexes and keys. Click over here and you can find out here by default it is showing as PK underscore student as a primary key here. Now let's click on the add button. Then here you need to select the type as unique. And what column you are willing to make as a unique key, just select from here. So there is option here, a column I'm selecting here, let's say a roll number. So roll number I'm selecting for the unique key. Define the name here for this one. So I can use, let's say, UK. So now roll number would be here unique key and then close it. So this is the way we made the roll number as a unique key, ID as a primary key. If you want to find out this information from the indexes, you can find out this information. Who is primary key and who is unique key. Now to fix it, click on the save. After saving it, you can find out this information at the table level also. What are the keys you are having? So you can see there is a one primary key, there is a one unique key. If you will look at the columns here, ID is a primary key and here roll number would be the unique key. I just allowed the null in the roll number because I want to allow null only one time. It will not allow the null again and again, only one time it will allow. But if you will make it not null, now it will behave just like a primary key. So now it will not allow the null value also. So if you will uncheck this one, now it will not allow the null value, but if you will check this one, it will allow only one null value. Now let's see how we can define the foreign key here. So for foreign key, let's create a one more new table. Let me define here, let's say dpt id as integer, then department name as varchar 50. I'm making the department ID as primary key, name is also not null. Save the table with the name, let's say department. So now we are having two tables here, student and department. Now let's define the foreign key in the student table. So open the student table here, it's already open. In the department, you just do right click and there is option here relationship. In the relationship, we will click on the add. Now here just define the relationship here, tables and column. Just select this browse icon and now here select the primary key table. So what is the primary key table? So primary key table is here department. So it is a department. What column you are selecting? I'm using here department ID. And what is the foreign key table? Foreign key table is student. And which column you are willing to map as a foreign key? I'm willing to map department ID as a foreign key. So now it will map the department ID, that is a primary key of the department table, with the department ID column of the student table. Now okay, then close. Now just save it. Yes, it will show the warning here because we are going to create a relationship between these two tables. So click on the yes button and after saving it you will find out one more keys here. So you can see I'm having here one more key as a foreign key, and if you will look at in the student, you will find out department ID as a foreign key now. So this way we define the primary key, we define the unique key, and we define the foreign key using the GUI way. Now let's say the same keys you are willing to define using the SQL command. So how we can do it? So let's do one thing. First of all, let's drop the table here for employee. I'm just defining here all the things using the command. So drop table employees, I have dropped it. Now let me create the employee table again, and this time using here ID as primary key. This is the way I can create the primary key. If I want to make the name as not null, so directly I can use here not null, and contact number I can make as a unique key. So there is a unique only. So this is the way we define the primary key, we define the not null, we define the unique key here. If you want to define the foreign key, so let me define here department ID as integer. And right now we have not specified any table script for the department. So let's create a one more table script for the department. Right, we don't have any table for employee, we don't have any table for department. We just writing the SQL script right now. So I'm just using here, let's say department, and let's say department ID, department name. So these are the one table as department and another table as employee. So you can see here, if you will understand this properly, it is it's a actually parent table. It's a for parent table and it's a child table. So make sure first you have created the parent table, then you are creating the child table here. So now here I can define the foreign key for the department ID. So there is option here foreign key and use the option here references. In the references, just pass the table name. So table name is here department, and which column of the department table you are willing to map as a foreign key. I'm just mentioning here ID. It is here only ID. So this way we define the foreign key here. So this is the way for primary key, not null, unique key, and the foreign key here. So now let's first create the department table here by selecting this one. But if you want to execute all these in one, we can use the go statement here. So go statement will execute these two queries in the different batch. So this is the batch 1, this is the batch 2. If you will not mention the go here, all these two script it will run as a single batch. But here is not recommended to run all these things in the single batch, because first you need the department table for defining the foreign key. That's why I'm running these two SQL script in two different batch. So if you will look at the database, we actually already having the department table. So the same table we cannot create again. So better way is here, just define its name as, let's say, EMP department, so that there is no confusion. Now it is a perfect. So now student department would be the two different tables, and EMP department and employees would be the two different tables. Now let's execute these queries, and if you will look at it, generated all the things successfully. Now let's refresh the things here, and if you will look at, I'm having the EMP department containing ID as a primary key, and we are having here employees containing ID as primary key, name as would be, contact number would be here unique key, and department ID is a foreign key here. All these keys you can find out over here: primary key, foreign key, and unique key. So this is the way, using the SQL queries also you can generate the primary key, unique key, and foreign key here. Let me save this query for your help. So this is SQL query. I'll just save it.